guys guess who I'm supposed to be today?
You look so ratchet.
You look like a stripper from 8 Mile.
My shirt says I wrote the note.
This is gonna be so bad.
The first night at bed, when you left crying, Ron made out with 2 girls and put his head in between a cocktail waitress's breasts.
Love Snook and Jenny.
I don't like you.
Why don't you like me? Because I came to you as a woman and told you about your man.
Who wrote the note? You tell.
For someone that begged to like all the girls in the house, if you know something, tell me.
Funny how people become all of a sudden.
Stop!
And now I know I look like Snooki, but I'm actually supposed to be JWOWW. But you know what? I know I don't look like her. Let's just pretend I do, okay? Also, my hair is a mess. Don't mind that. I have extensions on. So if you see one falling off, don't mind it. She's a little ghetto today. Anyways, I'm obsessed with ghost stories. I love ghost stories. Not the scariest ghost story you'll ever hear, but it's my honest story and still keeps me up a lot of nights. Okay, I hope I don't get that scared. When I was a kid, I didn't sleep in the dark. Normal, right? Wait, what? You didn't like to sleep in the dark? Okay, yeah, that's normal, but so I would sleep with my door open and the whole lights on. That's how I know he's white. Because if you're Mexican, bitch, you gotta turn off all the fucking lights and you gotta go to sleep. Yo, what the fuck? But my parents, when they went to the bed, would shut off the whole light, thinking I was asleep and wouldn't know any better. What they didn't know is that every night I would wake up and see a dark figure creep toward my room from the end of the hallway. It was about 5 feet tall and appeared to be a cloak. Okay. It was so dark I couldn't make out any features except the cloak. And it always just come to the threshold of my door and stop, watching me for a period of time, sometimes hours, before it vanished. This went on for years. I told my parents about it, but they told me I was having bad dreams. Eventually it stopped and I began to believe that maybe it was just bad dreams. But I've thought about it all my life. Those cloak figures. I'm 23 now, and that time in my childhood wasn't the only time I've ever seen or experienced the paranormal. The reason I write right now is because I can't sleep due to certain things I've experienced tonight. I should be over this. There's so much more to my story, but I feel like I'll just be told I'm crazy, but no one is me. No one can experience how real it feels to me. Maybe I am crazy, but I just don't think so. Imagine my surprise when a few years ago I googled dark cloaked figures and came up with a million different entries for beings called shadow people. The descriptions of people all over the world that describe something so similar to what I've seen. It was the scariest validation I've ever had in my whole life. Before that, I could still sort of convince myself that it was my mind playing tricks on me, but now I don't know. Sigh. I'm done ranting. No one will probably read this. Has anyone had a similar experience? Anyone have any tips for exercising themselves? Let's search up cloaked figures. Oh, I put clocked figures.
Bruh.
Is this what he saw? Oh my gosh, now this is scary. When you put an image to it, now it's fucking spooking me out. Oh my gosh. Girl, you need to fucking cleanse that house. you need to go to your church, grab some holy water, and do what you gotta do. Spray all over the house. All right, let's see another one. Ouija board experiment. What the? I don't condone playing the Ouija board. I used to play that shit when I was little. I have a lot of stories about that. At 15 years and 8 months of age. How the fuck do you know 8 months of age? Like, bitch, just say 15. The fuck? Like, or 16 if you want to be that fucking specific. Crazy. Just before the Easter holidays in the year I graduated from grammar school, myself and my group of friends, Ian, Cheryl, whatever, Ira, Kristen, Roger, Katie, and Tiffany, had all heard the stories of the second-year kid who got killed by 6 formers in the gym where they got a thin gym mat. Oh yeah, I've heard about this. They got a thin gym mat, rolled him in it, and kicked him around until he died. And about the girl who had jumped from the clock tower, we all knew these were urban legends / school horror. Okay, first of all, that wasn't a legend or horror. Like, I think they're talking about, there was a kid that did actually die. They rolled him onto a gym mat. I forgot his name, but he was like a black kid with dreadlocks. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, but that was not no motherfucking legend, no horror, no, baby. That actually happened, okay? And that shit got me so fucking mad when I heard about that shit. Like, the fact that people actually bullied this kid. I don't know if they bullied him. I forgot. This was years ago. It's still, to this day, it's an unsolved crime. It's, they haven't solved the crime yet. Like, they don't know who did it. Supposedly, the cameras in the gym were not working that day or something. Or, like, coincidentally, that clip specifically got deleted. But it got us talking about how his ghost was supposed to haunt the gym and hers the quadrangle. It turned this lead to how many other people, kids and staff from our school must have died and be possible ghosts. Okay, so they were like experimenting, right? For sure. We decided it would be a good idea to pinch a piece of A3 paper from one of our art rooms and make our own Ouija board. Bro, I did the same. Then play with it to see who we could contact. We found an empty classroom and spent 3 lunch times making all the writing on our makeshift board as gothic as we could. I'm sure you know what it's like to be a teen who's into Gothica. Then, when I was finished, I took a glass from the dining hall. This was to use I don't know what the fuck, planchette, I don't know. On the 3 days since we'd finished the board, we went around the school buildings to find the most likely place to use it. We eventually found a spot on the landing of a staircase in the old school that led up from the quad corridor. It was quiet as there were only 10 lessons on the top corridor each week, and there was only one window halfway up the next set of stairs, so it was fairly gloomy too. Ian had the board in his bag, so he spread it out and took the glass out of the bag. Kristen said, "Everyone has to put a finger on the glass, but don't forget, when we leave, we've got to push the glass to goodbye." At this point, Ira and Roger chickened out and went to join the rest of the school population. The rest of us sat down, Kristen and Cheryl on one step. Okay, so why even add them, girl? Like, they weren't even a part of this. Why even fucking put them in the first place? Anyways, we're just trying to make a whole novel. Like, just get to the point. Katie and Tiff on one step down, and then me and Ian on the landing. Ian turned the glass upside down and we all put a finger on it. Kirsten, who seemed to be the most in the know about Ouija boards, that would probably be me, okay, said, "Is there anybody there?" Nothing happened. She said it again, nothing. The third time she said it, the glass moved to the word hello. We all flinched a little as none of us was really expecting anything to happen. "All say hello," said Kirsten. We all did. "What do we do now?" I asked. "Ask a question," she said. Ian said, "Who are you?" The glass moved to A. Then it stopped for a few seconds and it moved to rapid succession to the NNE. We all said, "Hello, Anne." Kirsten asked, "Did you come to the school?" The glass slowly slid to yes. I said, "Are you dead?" "No, baby, she's alive." By now, I was fairly sure everyone else was pushing the glass at least a little. Again, the glass slid half an inch away, then back to yes. Now it was Katie's turn. Oh shit. How did you die? COLCK. Ian interjected. A clock tower? Did you fall from the clock tower? The glass slid to yes, then quickly to pushed. I'm sorry that happened to you. This from Tiff, who'd been quiet until now. Okay, girl, I don't know how to pronounce these fucking words. Malchart. This time the glass moved without anyone asking a question. What do you mean? I asked. Death, Malcolm Hart. At this point, Kirsten fell from the step with a screen onto the board. I thought she was doing it for attention at first. We all tried to find out what was wrong, but she was hysterical. She tried to get down the stairs as the rest of us pushed the glass to goodbye. Smash it, she screamed. I threw the glass to the bottom of the stairs. Ian grabbed the board and we all ran for it. We were terrified that someone would stop us, and Kirsten, in her work upstate, would blab that we'd been playing with his Ouija board in school, at least a detention, if not a suspension for us all at exam time. Instant failure. Me and Ian told Kirsten to put her arms round her shoulders and told everyone we met that she'd fallen and hurt her ankle. She was still crying and covered in snot. We got to our outdoor area and sat down. I gave her a drink from my water bottle, and when she calmed down enough, we eventually asked her what had happened. Something pushed me. It pushed me off the step and tried to push me down the rest of the stairs. Ian ripped the board into pieces at the point and threw it into 3 different bins. I don't know why. Maybe because he didn't want anyone to find the board. Maybe because he didn't want the parts to be close enough to reconnect. Kirsten spent the rest of the week at home with flu, and the rest of us never mentioned Ouija boards again. Girl. Follow up. At the start of the summer term, a 13-year-old boy called Malcolm died while running laps of the sports hall from a heart attack. He is a school ghost now. Apparently, he still runs laps around the hall. Girl, how do you know? Do y'all hear little Malcolm running and shit? That's scary. You see, this is why I do kind of believe in ghosts, because I'm telling you guys, I used to play the Ouija board when I was younger. This was when I was like, I want to say 9 or 8 years old. I used to watch TV a lot. This was back when I used to watch TV. This is how I know I was like 8 or 9, right? Because your girl was watching Jersey Shore, but when she was watching Jersey Shore, sometimes she was watching Discovery Channel, where they would have like these ghost series. And mom eventually found out that we were doing this stuff because exactly where we did the Ouija board, we never closed it. We never said goodbye or anything. We just stopped, right? Because we got scared. We were little. We didn't know how to, like, that you even closed it, right? So my aunt's apartment, the one where we did the Ouija board at, her apartment started getting like basically like haunted. It was haunted at that point. It was a bunch of like paranormal activity going on in her house and stuff like that. And you know, my aunt would tell my mom, because they're like sisters, she would be like, yo, like all of a sudden now there's like mad stuff going on in the house. And me and my brother, we didn't like put 2 and 2 together until we realized, oh my gosh, we've been doing like the Ouija board. But we didn't tell my mom. I don't know how my mom found out, but the point is she had found out eventually. I remember she like gave us this whole lecture of like, you should not be doing that, guys. You guys know you're gonna attract more demons and more ghosts, and you should never be doing that shit. And I definitely learned my lesson. Next story, let's see. A very spooky thing just happened as I was reading the subreddit. After reading a few spooky stories of this subreddit, at midnight, I decided it was time to close my laptop and go to sleep. Just as I was about to do so, I heard a loud ghostly wail. It only lasted for a second or two, and it seemed to come in through the air conditioning from somewhere on the wet street outside. Was it a police car siren or was it a ghost? I will let you decide. The interesting thing though is that the spookiness was amplified 10,000-fold by the very fact that I was in this subreddit at the time of the spooky occurrence. Would it even have been spooky otherwise? Probably not. So when you are in this subreddit. Watch out. There may be a wraith peeking out of the wall behind you. Oh my god. Let's see the comments. Makes everything spookier. There are rumors circulating that it is a haunted subreddit. Let us know if you will ever hear the ghost voice again, and thank you for posting. Oh shit, let me not fucking read no more.